Hello, how are you? So nice to be back in here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Say hi as you jump on, let me know where you are. And if you're watching the replay, pop replay down below, let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see who's tuning into this. I know it's people all over the world. I know sometimes the times I go live might not suit everyone. Hey, I can see a couple of people jumping on. Yay, say hi. Let me know where you are. I'll just give it a minute and let some people jump on. Hey there, how are you? So today we're going to be talking about magnetizing dream clients. Oh, hello, Carolyn. How are you? Nice to see you there. I hope everyone's having an amazing Friday, or I guess it's Thursday evening for some of you. It's Friday here. It's going to be really hot today, 35 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry, but it's going to be really hot. So I'm doing this in my bedroom where I have air conditioning if I need it. Hey, how are you? It's nice to see some of you jumping on. Okay, magnetizing dream clients. Because here's the first thing I want to say, right? We don't just want clients in our business. Yes, we all need clients in our business, but depending on what sort of business you have. But actually not really. Really, whatever sort of business you have, it's not just that you want clients, right? Actually, I think I'm going to put that air conditioning on. It's that you want dream clients, especially if you're a coach or a healer or some sort of transformational therapist, someone that's working with people one-on-one or one in a group. You want to attract your dream clients. And what I mean by that is you can attract clients that are like difficult, don't do the work, maybe don't show up, don't pay, just don't get what you're about, don't really understand your teachings, just don't feel aligned. Or you can magnetize, I'm in the future, yes, I'm in the future, day ahead. Or you can magnetize dream clients who are people that are like your people, right? People that you just love, you just connect with, they just get your shit, you just help them have shifts, everything's amazing, you love it, like they show up, they do the work. I've got one of my beautiful clients, Carolyn, is on here now, and she is, like not working with her at the moment, but when we were working together, we loved the sessions because she'd show up and she'd be like, okay, I've done the work, I've done this, and this is what I need help with, right? So she was like on it, she was doing the work, she was a dream client, right? So we want to magnetize dream clients. That's the thing. It's not just clients, we want to magnetize dream clients. But the first thing you need to understand is that everything is your energy. It's all your energy. It's all how you feel, right? It's all how you feel. Because what you're expecting to come to you is exactly what's going to come to you, right? So you need to be super, super clear on what it is that you want. So the first thing, right, the first thing to magnetize dream clients is to be in love with your offers, right? In love with your offers, in love with what you do. So a lot of people are like, yes, I love my work. But when you think about each individual offer, like, so if you've got a few different ways you work with clients, whether there's a group, a one-on-one, like I've got multiple ways, I've got one-on-one, I've got the Soul Line Business Babes Academy, I'm about to launch something new. You need to be in love with each of your offers individually. And what I mean by that is that you've got to be fully aligned to them. You've got to know that they're going to change people's lives. You've got to be really connected to why it is amazing. So let's just take a one-on-one offer, right? You need to know exactly how you're going to transform someone's life, exactly the power of your work, the shifts that you can help them have, right? And you've got to love doing the work. You've got to love showing up and doing all parts of your offer. Because if you're not fully aligned with your offers, then there's going to be a part of you energetically which isn't going to want to sell it. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say, for example, you've got a 3-month coaching package, right? And there's an element of what you offer that you find really draining. Like, I don't know, maybe it's sort of some of the techniques that you do, or maybe it's that you offer, say, unlimited, say, Voxer support, which is like voice messaging support, and you feel like that's really exhaustive and demanding. Or maybe this is something for me, right? My sessions when I first started used to be 90 minutes long. and that shit drained me. Like, I just felt holding the energy for 90 minutes, it felt really draining. When I shifted them down to 60 minutes, it felt so much better, right? So you've got to be in love with your offers. So all parts of that, like I said, all parts of that, you've got to absolutely be so clear on exactly how you change people's lives, right? You've got to know the power of your work. You've got to be in love with that, right? Because it's never about getting clients or selling to clients. It's about being so certain in what you do that people are drawn to you, right? That's what magnetism is. It's like, I know I can change your life. I know that I've got these skills, I've got these talents, I know I can do this, I know my work is powerful. This offer, it's freaking amazing. It's gonna change everyone's life who comes into this. It's gonna be incredible. That is what becomes magnetic, right? It's not, okay, I've got a 3-month coaching package, like, will you buy it from me? And it's not being in the energy of, I need you to buy it to know my offer is good enough, right? And that's where a lot of people get stuck. They create an offer and they're like, my offer is only good enough, right? My offer is only good enough if people buy it from me, right? So you're looking for that external validation, right? You're looking for that validation for people to come to you and to say to you, yes, your offer's amazing, I'm gonna buy that from you. And it's not the way it works. Whenever we're looking outside of us from validation, it's a needy energy, right? It's a desperate, needy energy, right? I hope this is making sense. So you're the one who puts the value into your offer. So you need to be so clear on each of your individual offers. Like, if you have multiple ones, you need to be so clear on what each of them do individually and be in love with them. Be in love with all parts of them. Be in love with, like I said, what you're showing up, the transformations you can help people have, but you also need to be in love with the price, right? It needs to feel really good to you, really aligned. It needs to feel, your pricing needs to feel like a freaking no-brainer. Like, of course there are thousands of people that would pay this because this is amazing, because I can help someone do this, right? Whatever it is. It's you that puts the value into your work. It's no one else can give you that value, right? No one else, clients buying from you doesn't give you that value. It's a false sense of value, right? It's a false sense of value, because what it's showing you is, if someone comes and buys from you and you're like, oh, cool, like, I'm doing well now, my offer must be amazing, then that's so fraught with danger, right? You're going to be up and down, depending on who's buying from you. Your value in your work has to be incredibly solid no matter what, right? You can't need people, you can't need the clients, right? You can't need the clients to know the power of your work. You need to know the power of your work. People buy your certainty. People buy what you know you can do for them, right? People don't buy from you because they like you. I mean, yes, they will like you as well, but they buy from you because you can help them change their life in some way or change their business in some way, right? People are buying the transformation that you are going to give them, right? That you are going to help them have. And so you need to be certain that you can deliver that, right? You need to be so certain that you can deliver that and be in love with it too. Because here's the thing, a lot of people, especially coaches, a lot of coaches that come to work with me have offers that they're not in love with, right? They have offers because they like studied health coaching, and so they've created a health coaching package, or like me, I studied NLP and timeline therapy, and so I created like a personal breakthrough package. But I wasn't in love with that, right? I wasn't in love with that. And so my energy behind it was sort of like, oh, I want clients, but I don't really love what I'm offering, right? And guess what happened? No sales. Well, not many, right? So you've got to be in love with what you do, and you've got to give yourself full permission to do what you love too, right? So if you've studied health coaching, but you really want to go in a slightly different direction, you've got to be able to give yourself full permission to do that. Actually, a little bit of a tangent, not really, but actually, this is really relevant. I just recorded a podcast this week after a client call. One of my beautiful clients is a health coach, but she wants to put into that some law of attraction, right? She wants to put into her health coaching some law of attraction. But one of the things that came up for her was that she she was a little bit afraid of doing that because people might think she's a bit wackadoo. That was her word. I loved that word. I would use woo-woo, but she used wackadoo, which I love. And so she wasn't fully stepping into what she truly wanted to do. She had some fears holding her back, right? Which kind of gets me on to another one of my points, which is this fear of being seen, right? For you to be magnetic to your clients, you need to release any fear of being seen, any fear of stepping into your truth, right? You need to own yourself and your message fully, right? You can't be hiding in the shadows. And so we worked through that. And we're like, well, hang on, who is that dream client? Who is that dream client that you want to attract? What are some of her qualities, right? What are some of her qualities? Because here's the thing, a lot of people show up and they try and convince people to buy from them, right? In their copy, in their marketing, they're trying to convince people to buy from them. So that looks like, oh, come and buy my package. I can do this for you, right? I've got these skills. I can help you do these things. Whereas when you speak to your ideal client, when you really are connected to that ideal client or dream client, right? So I want to kind of differentiate here, and I'm going all over the place. I'm kind of, when I was planning this training, I literally wrote down 5 points, and I am covering them all, but I'm just going off in different directions. So I hope you're following. So ideal client and dream client, I kind of want to differentiate a little bit. An ideal client might be someone that struggles with these health issues, that wants help in these areas, has XYZ problem that I can help fix, right? And that's what a lot of niche worksheets and sort of ideal client worksheets help you do. But when I talk about a dream client, I'm like, if you could just absolutely be working with your perfect dream client, what would she or he look like, right? And sometimes those qualities might be things like similar age to me, is a single mom, lives in my local neighborhood or lives in my country, or has a sense of humor, other qualities which may not necessarily relate to the problem, but who is the kind of person that you would love to be working with, right? That's what a dream client is. And you want to be really, really clear on that. You want to be really clear on who you want to magnetize in, because sometimes we can get into this trap of trying to convince people who aren't right for us, right? Trying to convince people of our value, trying to convince people of our worthiness. But when you are so sure on who you want to work with and you know who you want to call in, you're so clear on that, that's when you become a magnet, right? When you speak directly to that person, when you show up and just completely own your voice, say whatever is on your heart, speak your truth, that is when you magnetize that person, right? It's speaking directly to her. So in your copy, in your messaging, in your marketing, you don't want to be explaining what you do. You don't want to be explaining to the general public. You don't want to be explaining to the masses what you do. You want most people to read your copy and go, I don't understand this at all, right? I don't understand what this chick is on about. She's smoking something. I don't know. You don't want to be speaking to the masses. You want to be speaking to the person that's going to hear you, right? The person that's truly going to hear you. So, and what I mean by that, for this client of mine who's a health coach who wants to put in law of attraction with it, for her, that's about speaking, being able to talk about manifestation or law of attraction in her messaging, in her copy, right? So a lot of people that are looking for that sort of health transformation that don't get that will just be like, that chick's wackadoo. But the people that totally get that, right? The people that have manifested other things before, that really love manifestation, they get it, they've manifested other things in their life, but when it comes to their health, they just can't make the shifts, they can't get past their limiting beliefs, they can't get past those negative thoughts. They've manifested other things before in their life, but when it comes to their health, they just can't do it. They are her dream clients, right? They are her dream clients. And when she truly owns that, she will show up in a different way. She will show up and speak in a different way. But you've got to be okay for those Facebook friends from high school to not get you, right? You've got to be okay with people judging you. And that's one of the things I was talking about on the podcast this week. You've got to be okay with people judging you, because not everyone's going to get you. But that's okay, right? That's okay. Your dream clients will get you. So stop showing up and sort of trying to speak to everyone and communicate to everyone and explain what you do, and just get really laser clear on these are the people that I'm talking to, and show up and speak directly to them. Know what's going on in their head, right? That's how you magnetize that dream client, by actually speaking her language, right? And it can be as specific and as niche as you want it to be, right? There are billions of people on this planet. If you have the desire to create something, right? If you have the desire to create something, there is someone out there who is looking for that as well, right? That's a match to that. So be absolutely in love with those offers, like all parts of the offers. Make sure they are feeling fully aligned. Pricing, the energy you put in, all of it, they've got to be so aligned, right? The next thing is absolutely being so clear on who that dream client is. And like I said, be really specific. Like one of my clients, once we were going through this, and one of the things that she put down as wanting her dream clients to have was to drink a little bit and swear a little bit. And you might not think those are important qualities for a dream client, but what it was about is that she wanted someone who was a bit like her, who would get her, who she could swear in front of and they could laugh about things, and she knew someone that was just kind of like to have a few drinks and have a good time as well. Like it was more about magnetizing people that were like her, that are like the sort of women she would want to hang out with on the weekends, right? The kind of women that just would become friends. And that's who I want in my business, right? I magnetize women that I stay friends with, right? That I love, that I connect with, that, you know, can turn into friends, right? So that's who I want to work with. I want to work with people. It's my business. I want to work with people that I enjoy working with, right? I don't just want to work with clients. I want to work with those dream clients, right? Those people that really get you. So, and being really, really clear on your value. You've got to own that value, right? It's you that puts the energy into your offers. You that puts the energy into what you do. And there's a different version of you that shows up when you fully believe in yourself. And there's another version of you that shows up when you don't. And when you fully believe in your offers, and you know you're changing lives, and you know your work is powerful, right? You show up in a different energy. And it's that energy that calls the clients in. It's that energy. It's you showing up and owning it, right? It's you showing up and owning it. It's not showing up with, nothing's working, this is shit. Like, where are my clients? Okay, I'll write a post. It's knowing the power of your work, being so excited about it, and showing up in that energy. And it doesn't matter the actions you take so much, it's the energy behind it, right? But when you show up, whatever platforms or whatever ways you're showing up, you also need to let go of any fear of being seen, right? You need to be able to speak your truth. You need to be okay with people judging you. You need to be okay with people thinking that you're wackadoo, right? Or whatever that thing is. You've got to be okay with that, right? You've got to totally be okay with everyone not getting you, because you're not speaking to everyone, right? You want, for your dream clients to get you, you have to speak directly to them, right? I once spoke to a woman who was doing something in astrology. I can't remember exactly. But one of the things was she's like, I feel like when I write content, I need to explain what I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, because let's just talk about who is Sherry. Totally own being wackadoo. I love that word. That's my new word. Yeah, I'm wackadoo too, right? And probably a lot of women in here. Which is why they're here, because my people, like the people that are going to get me, right? They get what I'm talking about. So back to this woman who was like, she felt like in her content, she had to explain like astrology and explain how she used it in her work. And while you can kind of talk about obviously what you do, it's, if you feel the need to over explain what you're doing, you're speaking to the wrong people. Does that make sense? Like when I talk about things in my content, I'm sure my mother reads my content and goes, what's going on with my child. I've got no idea. She's crazy, right? But I'm not talking to my mother. I'm talking to the woman who reads it and it hits them, right? It speaks to their soul. It hits them. They get it. They understand law of attraction. They understand manifestation. They want to take quantum leaps. They get what that's about. They are entrepreneurial women. They're ambitious. They're driven. They want to have a massive impact. Those are my women, and they are the women I speak to, right? That's who I'm talking to. So be clear on who you're talking to and speak your truth, right? Speak your truth. Don't be afraid of being judged. If you desire to have a massive income and impact, at some point you will be judged. Not everyone's going to like you. You need to make peace with that, right? There is no way you're going to have multiple 6-figure business, 7-figure business and still be seen, be hiding. You've got to be okay with that. You've got to be okay with putting yourself out there. So let go of any fear of being seen, right? Speak your truth. Whatever's on your heart, speak that. That's when business becomes easy and fun. And that's why it's so important to get these other elements right, like knowing who your dream client is, knowing who you're speaking to, and being in love with your offers. Because what can happen is, when you've got offers that you don't love and you're targeting clients that you're not even really certain who they are, you can struggle to create content, right? So has anyone experienced that? Struggling to know what to write, struggling to know what to talk about? That totally used to be me, right? Because I spent the first 6 months of my business, probably the first 9 months of my business, signing up for these programs, trying to learn from all these different gurus, trying to work out how to market myself, trying to work out how to get clients. And also the biggest thing was trying to work out who my niche was, who I was talking to. I was like, I don't know who my niche is. I don't know who I'm talking to. Is it this woman, or is it this woman, or is it this person? And I was unclear because I wasn't really connected to my truth, right? I wasn't really connected to what I really wanted to be doing, or who I really wanted to work with. And it was so much easier than I thought when those things clicked into place, right? When those things clicked, everything was effortless. I was able to just show up and speak about whatever I wanted to, because that's what came naturally, right? That's what I was passionate about. That's what I was obsessed with. I was trying to sell packages that I wasn't aligned with. I was trying to sell these breakthrough packages and help people release negative emotions and limiting beliefs and all that stuff, and have personal transformations, which is still a part of what I do, but that's not the focus, right? That stuff happens. That stuff happens anyway as part of my offers, but my focus is on helping women scale their businesses and manifest that, right? Take quantum leaps, knowing how to align with that, because that's what I love. Carolyn just said, I created a new high-level package. I'm experiencing so much resistance again. Time to revisit it. Yeah. Look, and that's okay too. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just recognize that happens from time to time. Sometimes we're like, we might find even one-on-one draining, and we're going, I would like to do more group, or the group can feel overwhelming, and you can be in love with your one-on-one clients. But just know that if the sales aren't flowing, then it's you going internally, right? It's you doing the work. It's you looking at your offers, you looking at how aligned you are with those, and then moving, right? It's not that anyone else, you don't need the sales to validate your offers. You need to validate your offers, right? You need to validate your offers. I just lost my train of thought then. So it all comes from within, right? The work, it's what I always talk about. It all comes from within. And like I said, when you're fully aligned and fully in love with what you're doing, content flows easily. It just comes naturally because it's an extension of who you are and what you're about, right? So this is just what I was saying. I was trying to sell this breakthrough package, but in the background, I'd been obsessively learning about quantum physics and the law of attraction and manifestation, and that's what I was obsessed with, right? But I was trained in NLP and timeline therapy, so I was trying to sell that package, right? But it wasn't aligned. I didn't know who I was selling to. I couldn't work out my niche. And the point in which I totally owned it all, I got clear on who I really, really, really wanted to work with, my dream client. I got clear on what I would love to be doing, right? My dream offer, and put something together that absolutely lit me up. which was to do with, like I said, all this manifestation, helping women grow businesses. That felt exciting. That felt freaking exciting. And I could combine the skills that I'd learned, but just do it in a different way, right? Do it in a different way. So I help women release negative emotions and clear limiting beliefs and rewire things in the subconscious. But that's kind of a byproduct of the end goal, which is like, let's quantum leap your business, right? Let's take leaps forward, let's expand. And yeah, we're going to clean that shit up as we go, because I think it's really important to do that. But the focus is on expanding women's businesses, and that's what I love, right? So I know I've kind of been going off on lots of different tangents. I hope this is making sense. So just to recap, be so in love with your offers, right? Make sure they're so aligned, right? With all parts of it. Energetically, you've got to feel like excited to show up and deliver it. You've got to love the pricing. And don't let anyone tell you what you need to price it at, right? That's on you. You get to decide that. So you're going to be so in love with your offers. You put the value into your offers, right? So be so clear on the value of what you offer people. Be so in love with that. Remind yourself of that every day, right? Don't look for other people to validate your offers. You validate your offer. You know it's amazing, right? Know who that dream client is. Know what she's like. Is she, like I said, does she have a sense of humor? Is she ambitious? What sort of person is she? As well as obviously the things, the challenges she has, but the characteristics as well, right? Next thing is definitely speaking your truth. That is so, so important. Speak your truth, right? Release any fears of being seen and totally step into your power, right? Totally own it. Speak from the heart, be okay with being judged. Put yourself out there. That is how you magnetize the clients. You don't need to chase people, right? When you're aligned, when all these parts are aligned, clients will come to you. People will reach out to you. That is how it works. That's how magnetism works. So I hope that has been so helpful. And I'm just going to quickly mention something that I've literally just been putting together this morning. So it's not even finalized properly, but I am doing a brand new 3-week intensive called Client Magnetism, which is all about this. Obviously, we go a lot deeper. 3 weeks to get super clear on your soul aligned clients, put together dream offers, the structures that I use, owning your value and voice, effortless sales. I know that's something that scares people. It can be effortless. Alignment, releasing limiting beliefs, all of those things. 3 weeks starting on Monday the 8th of Feb. 3 weeks, 333, super low price, or 3 payments of 122. Message me if you are interested or have any questions, and I hope this has been so helpful. Talk to you soon.